Hi. Uh, so I'm planning to start recording these videos. I'm not sure what the length would be. It won't be more than 18 minutes, but I think it won't be less than 1 minute. Um, so there are multiple reasons why I'm doing this. One is to improve my skill as someone who is giving talks, as someone who is recording videos, podcasts, and the best way to do that is to do that every day. The second thing is that it might help me in growing my freelance work and get coaching clients and consulting projects and training projects and all. So I'm I made a few rules that will help me do this every day or as much as I can so that I can, there's compounding because the more I do it, the better it is. All right, so few rules. One, this is unscripted, so I might have a few notes, but I'm not doing a script reading in these sessions. Maybe I'll experiment with script reading later, but right now I'm just trusting myself. That's one. Two, I might break the streak, so I'm giving myself the flexibility that I might continue every day or I might do it maybe once a week or something, but I want to do more of this. And that's it. So let's get started with today's talk. And I want to talk about freelancing. I want to talk about um, as a freelancer how it's very different from what we have been trained for in our life and what like a changing the frame of mind as a freelancer. All right, and I'll talk about business or bootstrap business or entrepreneurship separately, but freelancing is a different ball game altogether. So let me categorize four different ways that I see that is applicable to most people. There are other ways of earning income, obviously, but four ways. So one is you get a job, right? You are hired by someone, they are responsible for paying you certain amount per month, you go on time to the office, they tell you what to do, you do that. So one is a job. Second is freelancing. Freelancing is when you are paid to do the work. So you can't outsource the work, you can't hire a team to do the work. Freelancing is the the reason they are paying is because you will do the work, because Tom Hanks can't send somebody else to act in the movie or Billie Eilish can't send someone else to perform in a concert. So freelancer is one who has to show up, right? Then there is the bootstrap business, so someone who is creating the conditions for creating value, but they don't need to be there for that to happen. So Travis Kalanick doesn't need to drive you, right? When you book an Uber, you don't care who the driver is, you just care about getting from place A to place B, and you pay up, like pay enough so that they make a profit, right? So that's, but that's not a good bootstrap project, because it's a VC funded project. So I want to distinguish between them. So bootstrap project would be, a small co-working space where you hire a staff, the staff manages well, keeps the customers happy, and the owners don't need to be there to manage it every day. So that would be a bootstrap project from their own pocket without any external investor. And the last one is where you're getting investors, so it's a VC funded or something, trying to reach $1 billion of revenue in 5 6 years, 4 5 years, something like that. So four models: job, then freelancing, bootstrapping, and VC funded. So I will not talk about this. I will not talk about this. So we'll talk about freelancing. We'll talk about bootstrapping. So let's talk about freelancing today. So what's the difference between a freelancer and a job person? A job person can just show up, do what they are told to do, and keep doing that, and their career is going to go normally. Like they are not going to face a crisis because they just kept doing what they were told to do, and we have been trained from school to do that, right? um, what about a freelancer? If the freelancer acts like a person in a job, sooner or later they will be out of money, sooner or later they will be out of projects, sooner or later they will be in a crisis. All right. So, as a freelancer, we can't just say, oh, I have this project. If I just do what my client wants me to do, what my manager wants me to do, I'll be good. That's not going to work. So, what do we need to do? We need to create the conditions for the pipeline to keep going, for more clients to come in, for upskilling ourselves, for, yeah. So, let's talk about those conditions then. All right. So, there are different stages where different freelancers would be. So one could be just starting, I'm not sure who my clients are, I'm not sure what I'm doing, how do I figure that out, and mostly will be tackling this kind of area. And then you, as you rise up, there are freelancers who are like, hey, I'm doing really well but I don't know how to go to the next level. And then there are freelancers who are like a category of one. Like if you hire James Clear for a talk, the price is the price. James Clear will tell you this is the price. You can't find someone else. Yeah, there's hardly like uh, anyone in that league where you can say, oh, I don't have James Clear to talk about habits, but I'm getting this guy and it's the same. It's not the same. All right. So we'll talk about that, reaching there. But right now we are talking about, you know, the beginning part. And when I say beginning part, what I mean is people who are working towards generating enough income, being self employed so that their income is greater than their expenses. So that's our first level. If we reach that level, then we can talk about increasing income significantly and everything. But how can we reach a level where our income consistently is greater than our expenses? One way, of course, is to reduce the expenses, but you can only reduce it that much. So, what I want to focus on is what can you do consistently that can increase your income. All right. So